Ah, the 1950s and 60s, a time of poodle skirts, doo-wop, and bulldozing vibrant black communities in the name of urban renewal. Yes, you heard that right. Apparently the best way to fix blight was to evict its residents and replace their homes with things like parking lots and luxury apartments. Who needs community heritage and affordable housing when you can have concrete? It was sold as progress, a shiny, happy future for all. But for black Americans, it was often a wrecking ball disguised as an olive branch. Entire neighborhoods pulsing with life were labeled slums regardless of reality, because nothing says revitalization quite like erasing history and displacing thousands. This wasn't just happening in one city, mind you. Oh no, this was a nationwide endeavor, a symphony of destruction orchestrated from the highest levels of government, and like a bad magic trick, they made entire communities disappear. Poof! Now let's talk about the architects of this so-called renewal. The federal government, never one to miss an opportunity to overstep, provided generous funding for these slum clearance projects. They even had catchy names like Title I and the Housing Act of 1949. It's like they were trying to make forced displacement sound like a catchy pop song. The irony is almost too much to bear. They called it urban renewal, but for many black communities, it was more like urban removal. These programs, supposedly designed to improve cities, often did the opposite, creating more segregation and exacerbating existing inequalities. But hey, at least they got some shiny new buildings out of it, right? Because who needs thriving, diverse neighborhoods when you can have sterile, concrete jungles? From coast to coast, black neighborhoods were transformed into casualties of this progress. Places like Seneca Village in New York City, once a thriving community of predominantly black landowners, were wiped off the map. Gone were the homes, the businesses, the churches, the very fabric of these communities, torn apart in the name of slum clearance. In other cities it was the same story, different name. Black Bottom in Detroit, the Fillmore in San Francisco, Bronzeville in Chicago. All fell victim to the bulldozers of progress. These weren't just places on a map. They were centers of black culture, resilience, and community. The loss was immeasurable, not just in terms of property and economic opportunity, but in the erosion of history, heritage, and a sense of place. It's hard to overstate the devastating impact these policies had on generations of black Americans. Section 4. Renewal for whom exactly? Now, you might be asking yourself, who benefited from all this renewal then? Well, if you were a developer with an eye for prime real estate or a city planner who preferred their neighborhoods a little less colorful, you were probably pretty thrilled. But for the families displaced, the businesses uprooted, the communities torn asunder, it was a different story altogether. These programs often amounted to little more than government-sanctioned gentrification, pushing out black residents to make way for wealthier, often whiter newcomers. The promised affordable housing rarely materialized, and many displaced families found themselves priced out of their own neighborhoods. It's enough to make you wonder, was urban renewal just a polite way of saying ethnic cleansing? The answer, sadly, is more complicated than a late-night comedy show segment can unpack. But one thing is clear, the legacy of these policies continues to cast a long shadow on cities across America. Section 5. Resilience in the rubble. But amidst the rubble of destroyed neighborhoods and broken promises, something remarkable happened. Black communities, as they have always done, resisted. They organized, they protested, they fought back against the forces that sought to displace and erase them. From the streets of Harlem to the courtrooms of Washington, D.C., they challenged discriminatory policies and demanded to be heard. They formed tenant unions, launched legal battles, and refused to be silenced. Their struggle for justice and equality was a testament to their resilience and determination. The fight for fair and equitable housing continues to this day, a reminder that the legacy of urban renewal is not just one of loss, but also of resistance, resilience, and the ongoing struggle for a more just and equitable future. And that's something worth fighting for, don't you think? If you found this story inspiring, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be the first notified for new content.